Like, you open the chest like it's about to be movie time or some stuff. Like, I'm like, yo, we can't. Mm-mm. Good afternoon, guys, and thank you guys for tuning in. We have a story this afternoon. We're going to be streaming in through speaker. The person, her phone is, she said her phone is an older model phone, and she can't stream y'all into the studio. So we're going to go ahead and bring her on. We're going to call her and bring her on via, this stuff make me sneeze, via telephone, guys. She want to share with us what happened to her, the relationship with her and her mother and her brother, her father, and things that happened with her during her childhood. Y'all gotta understand, a lot of people has been victimized as kids, and these things that they went through and experienced, like myself, it haunts you when you get older. These things really do bother people, and people think just because you're grown, you supposed to forget and let go. It don't happen like that. It's not the way it always happened. Just because you chose to forget about it don't mean I want to forget about it. So we're going to go ahead and call her and get her to come on in and share with you guys, because she said she have contacted multiple different we got somebody calling in right now from Jamaica. Let's see what they got to say right quick. This is Jamaica calling in right now. Kingston, Jamaica. Hello, can I help you? Rodion Live Studio.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm not bad. Do you remember Tash? Remember Tash from your interview the other day?
Yes.
Yes, I was reaching out to you. You know, I wanted to speak with you. Oh, I really wanted to speak with you, but I didn't get the time. I didn't get any response. I sent you a message on Messenger.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I was reaching out to you. I don't know if you would want to check the message, and then I'll reach back out to you.
Okay, I will go back. I think I did see your message. So who are you?
I'm Tash. Remember we did the interview in Jamaica, the transgender in Jamaica?
Yeah. Which one? Which one, Tosh? Which you was the heavy set or the skinny one?
I was the skinny one, the dark one.
Okay, the skinny one. So you want to come back on live again?
Yeah, I want to talk to you first. I want you to read the message that I sent you first, and then I want to talk to you.
Okay, well, resend it, and I'm gonna look at it, because I get a million text messages a day.
All right, no problem.
All right, just resend it to me right now, and I'll check my messages, but I'm about to do a live video, and I'll call you back in Jamaica.
All right, no problem.
Is everything okay?
No, not really. Not really. On this road, things are not really good right now. You know.
But
since I spoke to you from the last time, I had some difficulties. I wanted some food and I couldn't get some food, and I wasn't really getting any food stuff coming in to me and stuff like, and I run out of cash. I didn't have any money to buy food and those things, so I've been kind of living a little low right now. I was just stressed out and I didn't know what else to do.
Okay, well, I'm about to do a live interview right now. I'll call you back when
When I finish?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
And you say Tosh?
All right,
yeah, Tosh. Okay, thank you, Tosh, for calling in from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm Rhoda Young, and I'll be getting back with you, okay?
All right, cool.
All right, bye-bye. That was one of our interviews that we interviewed the other day from Jamaica, where they were speaking to us about how it is to be a transgender in Jamaica. I have other people from Jamaica that have reached out to me as well about the abuse of people in Jamaica when they're transgendered. They've been beaten, they've been stabbed, they've also been murdered in Jamaica. So guys, pray for our transgender community in Jamaica for me. Also, we're going to make this phone call now. Oops. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm gonna make sure I just do a sound check with Facebook because they are up here. We have over 330 people waiting to hear your story. Everybody, want you to know that we're here for you, and we're here to see can we at least be a shoulder for you to cry on or lean on during your time of tragedy. And I also want to let you know that I can relate to your situation because myself, I was raped as a child, so I really do understand what you're going through. And, I know how difficult it is, just to let it go because you need closure on what happened to you.
I don't have it.
Can you first tell Facebook what your name is and why you decided to contact Rhoda Young Live Studio?
My name is Latoya Munn, and I decided to call because you was doing a story about it, and I was listening to the lady was saying what happened to her. And I was like, that's the same. That's what I'm going through. I need help. I mean, it's like I'm going through so much depression. And I'm like, when is it going to get better? And I want to tell it. Maybe somebody else that's been through it can tell me how to make it better for me. Because this happened at 4, from the age of 4 to 9. And I'm 40 now. And I still have nightmares. I have multiple personality disorder. I mean, I can't eat. I tried to commit suicide at 13 and 14. Even when I was grown, I tried because I can't. It's like you trapped inside of your mind. Then you see these people and they mistreating you. Especially the one that's supposed to protect you. It's against you and treating you like you're scum up underneath her feet. Because she states that it's a family secret. And I have no business discussing it with anybody.
Can I stop you there for 1 second?
Yes, ma'am.
Can y'all hear her clear on the speaker, or do y'all prefer for her to be on a regular speakerphone? I'm using the Bluetooth speaker. Can y'all hear her clear on Facebook? I just want to make sure. I don't want to mess up her story. Can I get some hearts if y'all can hear her pretty good? Okay, they can hear you pretty good. Let's take it back to the beginning. You explained to us that at 4 years old, you were actually you was raped. I want to call it for what it is. I'm not gonna say molested. Rape is rape. So at 4 years old, you was raped. Can you take us back to the beginning? Who raped you? When did it begin? And who did you inform before the rape started? When they was just touching on you, violating your private parts. You went to your mother and you told your mother what?
I told her that he was rubbing between my legs and I didn't like it. And I wanted to come and sit in the front room because she was sitting at the kitchen table. My room is in the front room. His room is in the middle.
Let me stop you
like,
there.
I can't go to my room.
Can I stop you?
Can I stop? Liar.
Can we stop you there?
Okay.
I know. Let's take 2 or 3 breaths and let's just make sure. We want to make sure the story everybody can relate to what we're talking about.
Okay.
So you're 4 years old. You informed your mother someone was rubbing between your legs, and you wanted to come and sit with her.
Yes.
Who was the person that was rubbing you between your legs when you informed your mother? So your brother was rubbing between your legs. Now let's take it from there.
Yes, he was rubbing between my legs, but he never started that until my dad got on crack and he wasn't around anymore. So I was looking at it always as though it was my fault. I was maybe he turned this away because he couldn't handle his daddy being on crack or whatever. But it still didn't give him no excuse to do that to me. But going back to that, I told my mother, and she made me go back in the room. She could have prevented the rape. It was just touching and rubbing on my crotch part. And when I went in there, I even left the door cracked. She came back there and slammed the door and told me I was a lying ass. All I do is lie. That's all I ever been, was a liar. I'm 4 years old. So when he seen that my mother didn't believe me, that's when the rape started.
Wow. What's the age difference? What is the age difference between your brother and yourself to this day?
I was 4, finna be 5, and he was like 8.
It's a 4-year difference.
Yeah.
So on that day, you told your mother he was rubbing between your legs. Your mother told you go back in the room, and you went back and you left the door cracked for security. And your mother came back
Yes.
there and slammed the door shut. And then he raped you on that day.
Yes. That's when the torture started. I had to fight every day, and when I would get tired, it's like I would leave my body through the pain. Like he was doing it so much, it was so much pain, my body would actually leave. And when I would come through, I would have like little blood and my stuff was tore. And I told my mom and I showed her. All she did was gave me them old Vaseline. It was like the light brown was, back in the day we used to use the Vaseline, petroleum jelly.
The medicated
She
one.
got that. Yeah, because I told her I was burning. I showed her, she seen the split. All she did was got a big thing of Vaseline and showed me how to rub it on the split. She said my pee would run off and it would not burn me. She would not take me to get help because he raped another family member that was younger than me in the same trailer that I was raped in. And her mother took her to the hospital and they had to give her stitches. So my dad talked to her mother and talked her out of pressing charges on his son. So they told my parents that if another child come up there that say the same child done this, the state is going to take over. So she couldn't take me to get medical help because she told me that was her only son. She had 2 more other daughters, and she want her son to have a career. And she don't want that on his record. And you know what? He had a career, too. He did everything he wanted to do. Military, police officer, firefighter, got a nice house and everything while I'm suffering. And she'll tell me, you can't talk about it. When I talk about it, it makes me feel better. When I talk about it, ma'am.
All right. So let me I don't want to make it like a song. I want to see, can we like talk to each other? When I'm sorry. When how many years do you think you was raped for? From 4 years old until how long?
To 9.
To 9 years old. How often per week or per month do you think you was being raped by your brother?
Whenever my mother got drunk and passed out, and that was every day.
So you said your mother was a alcoholic.
Yes.
Your brother actually raped another young lady, you said?
Another family member and all my friends. I couldn't even have home like little sleepovers. Every time I had a little friend, he raped them.
How many friends do you think he raped?
My cousin, this Caucasian girl, another one of my cousins, and one of my friends. 4.
And no one arrested him?
Nope.
And you alleging that he became a military police officer and a firefighter?
He was in the military, National Guard, and the Army, and he was a police officer. He was like a state trooper. He'd have been on the fire department. Then he was a jailer. So he done had a fine career with a nice house and everything. So he lived what she wanted him to live. He don't have that on his back because she kept him from getting it on his back. But he deserved it on there.
Let me ask you this. What state was y'all residing in during the time you was being molested between 4 and 9 years old?
West Memphis, Arkansas.
Arkansas. Do you still reside there now?
Yes, I moved here. I've been here for a minute now.
What type of relationship, since you say you're 4 years old, what type of relationship do you and your mother have to this day?
I really be trying to beg her to be my mother. She hate me because I discussed it with certain people, and she don't want anybody to know. So she told me she hate me, and she got 2 more other kids that she can replace me. That's her only son. She treats me like a dog. She talks about me to everybody, my kids. Call my daughter autistic a dog. Call my handicapped son. Say that he got frog hands. I mean, I'm retarded bitches and slow hoes. I mean, this is how she does me when I'm around her. And I still try to go around her because this is my mama and my daddy is gone. My daddy was my only protection against my mother. My daddy came home one day. I was like young, and she would feed the other kids before he got on crack and leave me in the room hungry. And he would beat her half to death. See, so I was raised in an abusive home too, where he would beat her unconscious.
Let me ask you this. Is your mother to this day still an alcoholic?
Yes.
Why do you think that your mother had so much resentment from you from the time you was 4 years old? And this is before the alleged rape.
I was the only one favoring my dad. I was the only one light-skinned and favoring the other kids are dark. It's like she always felt sorry for the dark kids because she was mistreated in school because she was dark. So any light-skinned child she had, she mistreated us. My older sister light-skinned too, and she didn't treat her right.
Have you had any type of contact or relationship with your brother since you've been grown?
He would come around and deal with my husband. He would try to help me because he felt sorry about what he done, and he would come around and try to help me and do things for my husband and help us. She found that out and got mad about that. Since you telling folk what he did, you need to stay the hell away from me and my son, bitch. I hope you die. Because the boy was trying to make up for what he done to me. You know, he can't change it. So he was trying to do little things to help me. She stopped that.
Have you ever held the conversation or spoke with your brother about the alleged rape that he did to you when you was 4 years old until you was 9 years old? Have y'all ever had a conversation?
Yes.
Can you tell us about the conversation that you and your brother discussed about the rape?
I just asked him one day what was wrong with him. Was he doing it because he never seen his dad as less of a man and looking the way he was looking? It's like he went crazy. He was like, he didn't know why he was doing that. He don't understand. He said he don't know why he was doing it. And that's all he told me.
He didn't know why he was doing it. Do he still recall raping other young ladies in your family and also your friends?
He'll try to deny it, but it was another, my mama's best friend's son was there through all of it. And we were sitting at my mother's table one day and he brought it up. He was like, man, I remember when you used to be raping all them little girls. You trying to hold Toya down and make folks take turns with her and everything. He brought it up to him. All he did was look crazy.
So one of his friends remind him when he was raping.
Yes.
What type of sexual acts did he do to you guys during that time? What would he do to you guys? I mean, I hate to be personal. What would he do? Did he actually really penetrate you? He would
pull our panties to the side and he would stick his penis all the way in us. Until he got tired or got whatever he got, then he would get up.
Wow. So he didn't force nobody to do oral sex or anything like that?
No.
And no anal sex?
No.
But he would abuse y'all so bad that you had to put medicated Vaseline between your legs for your urine wouldn't burn, and your mother told you to do that. Instead of taking you to the doctor and getting your brother some type of mental help, she allowed him to continue to rape you until you was 9 years old.
Yes, he tried again at 10. That's when I fought back at 10. And I grabbed it and I twisted. I tried to break it.
You grabbed what?
He was hollering and screaming. And my mama came in the room and said, what's wrong? He said, I zipped my thing up in my pants.
What did you grab?
His thing, you twisted and tried to break it.
You tried to break it?
Yes, I twisted all the way around. I grabbed his nuts and his penis and I twisted all the way around. I tried to yank it out.
Damn, I'm glad you did that. What made him stop at 9 years old from raping you? Okay, you say he stopped at 9, then he waited till you got 10. What made him stop raping you from 4 to 9 years old, take a year break, and then try to come back and rape you again? What made him stop at 9 years old?
I don't know. But I know when he started at 10 and I did that, he didn't try no more.
Wow, you was able to fight back and defend yourself.
I fought back.
Let me ask you this as well. What type of signs was you showing that you were being molested or were raped at home and abused? Were you urinating? Were you wetting the bed? Did you start failing in school? What type of...
I was failing in school. I would come to school with bags under my eyes. Because I couldn't get no rest, I would be walking real slow. I would be easing down in the seat because my private areas were sore. And I went and told my teacher. My teacher took me in the room and she wanted to call Child Protective Services, but I begged her. I said, because I didn't want to be with no strangers. I didn't want to go nowhere, and I begged her. So my teacher, she started popping up at our place at 8 o'clock at night, bringing me clothes and stuff because I didn't really have clothes neither. We didn't have nothing.
Wow. Wow. Do you trust your brother while he's grown now around your kids?
No.
Do you think he probably continue doing this to other kids or maybe his own kids as he got older? Or do you think he just stopped with you?
because once you do something like that, I don't know what's wrong with you. But then he didn't think nothing supposed to happen to him, but his stepdaughter got caught. And he went and jumped on the man for raping his stepdaughter and went to jail. But he don't think he need to go to jail for what he done to me.
There's no statute of limitations on when you've been raped. Have you ever considered pressing charges on him since you've been grown?
Yes. I tried to figure out how to do it and everything, because then when I hit 15, this when she took me to the rape center. When I hit 15, I was asleep. I just got the tub. He was standing in my room, butt naked. I wake up to, what you doing? What's it? Then she took me to the rape center. And that's when I had to talk to the rape people and psychologists. And they diagnosed me with 2 personalities because of the torture I went through. And they said he had 2 weeks to get out of my mother's house. And the Child Protective Services came back in them 2 weeks to search my mama's house to make sure he was gone, or they was finna remove me from the home.
Wow. So at 15 years old, you sleep and he comes in your room once again, butt ball naked, and your mother catch him. So he had to be 19 years old at that time.
Yep.
So he was still grown and still trying to come in there and rape you as an adult, a young teen.
Yep, I woke up to it.
Wow. What made your mother take you to the rape center after you've been raped all your life and now you're 15 years old? She want to take...
That's what I said, ma'am. That's the same thing I asked. I said, this happened from 4 to 9. I said, I'm 15 now. If I would have caught him on top of me, we would have had a problem. I needed you when I was a kid, when I was defenseless, when you supposed to protected me. You turned your back on me. The damage done been done. I got stomach problems, and I always have problems between my legs ever since then.
How has that affected your sex life as an adult?
I used to always feel like somebody was raping me. And it be somebody that I'm with, when they try to get like normal, I feel like I'm being raped.
Right. You don't want to be touched.
Like I don't want it, but I know I'm married. I got to do it. You can't just be with somebody, but it feels like rape. It feels nasty.
Right. And you have to like basically welcome them in. They just can't just, approach you in any type of way. They have you have to be mentally prepared for that situation, or it's gonna make you feel uneasy. I can relate to what you're going through. And that it is a real sign of a rape victim. When females or males get raped, it do affect their sex life when in they adult years. For instance, like if you accustomed to your husband just rubbing on you and touching on you, as a rape victim, they can't just while you asleep, they just can't do that. That'll wake you up like this and then make you mad and angry and get frustrated with them, and you have to catch yourself like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, I do, because it ain't his fault.
Right, and they have to be understanding that you are a rape victim, and we just don't allow anybody just to touch us, because we always on a defensive. We always think we got to protect ourselves. So, during a sexual intercourse, we have to welcome you into our space. You just can't walk up into our space, or it'll send us backwards to things that happened to us in our younger years. And I apologize that happened to you. What is it that you would like to say to your mother if she was listening right now? What would you say to her? First, I want to hear you speak to her as that 4 to 9 year old young lady. And then I'm going to ask you the same question again. And I want you to speak to her as the 40-year-old woman. First, I want you to address your mother as the little girl that was being raped and she wasn't there for you. Can you take yourself back when you was like between 4 and 9 years old? What would it be that you'll be saying to your mother right now if y'all was in that time? Mama, help.
I would ask her, I wish she would have had an abortion with me. And what did I do to make her hate me so much, to let me get insulted by my own blood and not try to protect me, not try to give me no help? What did I do besides being born? It's not my fault. You laid down and had me. You can't have a child look like the daddy because he was mistreating you, but you stayed with him and took it out on me. Wow. I didn't deserve that.
Wow. As an adult, what is your what would you like to say to her right now? I know you angry, you bitter. What would you like to say to her right now? She turned you off. She refused to communicate with you. She refused to have a good, positive relationship with you as a daughter. She refused to accept the fact that she allowed you to be abused. She shut the door on you when you was a child. She won't have a relationship with you now while you're grown. She tried to turn your kids against you. What is it that you want to say to your mother now at 40 years old?
I'm still hurt. I have mental issues. I try to self-medicate myself to help me make it through the day. I'm constantly depressed. I can have good days, and then I just bust out into crying. I'm always to myself. I'm a loner. I'm scared of people. I'm scared to be around people. When I'm around people, I feel like I'm being smothered. It's just, my life is ruined because of you. You living your life, and I'm still suffering right now. And I wish you paid for it. You and my brother paid for it. You need to pay for what you allowed, and you need to pay for what he done to me. Because this is my life, the rest of my life. It's never going to change. It's never going to get any better for me. What about me? When are y'all going to consider me and what I'm going through? I want justice.
If your brother was watching this video right now, what would you like to say to him? The damage that he have done to you mentally and also physically.
Half of the time, I don't even know whether I'm coming or going. It's just the damage is crazy. And I thought maybe as I grow up, I can get over it. I cannot get over this. And she told me that I can't get over it because I liked it.
Wow. Wow. What are you looking for? What do you need from your mother? It's something I know that your mother can do to bring closure to this bad incident that you went through, this tragedy as a child. I think your mother holds the key to your situation. I'm thinking that if your mother was accept responsibility, I'm thinking if she would apologize to you for failing you as a mother as she went through her disease. You know, alcoholic is a disease. Being an alcoholic, you can treat it, but you can't cure it. It's something she'll always be, and that's an alcoholic. But during the time she had her disease, you understand it. But right now, you need for her to, I think, what is it that you need from your mother that to help bring closure to what happened to you?
I have tried. It's nothing she can do. I have tried. I take her food. I take her what she asks me. I've even sit over there with a table at her house, even though she down to me. And she told me just because she let me sit at her table don't mean she like me. She ain't gonna never like me. And that was it for me. I cut out my life. And this was just about 2-3 months ago.
You know,
I told her she dead to me and I'm dead to her.
I'm not a psychology. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a person that's been raped as well. What I'm thinking your mother and yourself need is closure. I think both of y'all hold a lot of resentment towards one another. You hold resentment towards your mother for not being there and protecting you as a child. And your mother hold resentment towards you for not being there and protecting you as a child. Instead of her saying, come here, let me hug you, let me hold you. I'm sorry for what happened to you. I apologize. Please forgive me. Can you ever forgive me? I love you. I'm sorry for everything I allowed to happen to you. Instead of her doing that, she don't know how to love. You see what I'm saying? She don't know how to right the wrong. So what she's doing is she's pushing you away by saying mean things that hurt your feeling because she can't look you face to face. She can't look at you eye to eye because she know she failed you as a mother when you was a child. See, she's hurting too. Sometimes we think we're the only one hurting. She's hurting too. But in order for her to protect her heart, she call herself hurting you back. So therefore, if she push you away for a couple of weeks, she ain't got to look at you. She ain't got to deal with it. She ain't got to accept responsibility. Y'all need closure. And I'm praying that y'all get closure with each other while y'all still here. I'm praying that God will fix it and make it right. No, he cannot change what happened to you. But he can make tomorrow better than yesterday. And that's by one of y'all forgiving the other one first. one of y'all saying, Mama, because it might have to be you. Even being a victim, me as the rape victim, I had to find it in my heart to forgive my person that raped me. And I had to find it in my heart. I was killing myself, holding on to the anger. I was killing myself, holding on to the bitterness. I was killing myself, asking myself why and why me. But the day that I decided to say, let go and let God, it was a day I found closure. It was a day that I healed. It was a day that the rape didn't hurt no more. It's still there. I can't deny that. But I can deal with it better. And, you know, I thought that God had cheated me out of something because I wanted to ask him, why did he choose to do me like that? But before I had the opportunity to ask him, he was murdered. That was my brother, my cousin. And he was murdered. And I never got that closure. But I never forget how he used to look me in my face. I used to look at him as nothing never happened. But I can see that he regretted everything he ever done to me. And it brought closure to me. Then I found out he was going through like your brother was going through. My brother lost his mother and his father at a young age. And he was the youngest child of 8 kids. And he had to come in our household and become the oldest child of 4 kids. He left one household from being a baby. Then he come into another household. Then he's the oldest child after his mother and father died. Then right after he moved into our house, not soon later, my father died. So around him, he was surrounded with death. And see, I had to receive this thing. Around him, he was surrounded with death. So only thing he knew, because it never happened before my dad died. So in order for him to cover up the pain that he was going through, because death was always surrounding him, he used molestation on me to make himself feel better, but not knowing that he was hurting me. Same thing with your brother when your father got on crack. You said right after your father got on drugs, then left the household, then your brother started raping you.
Yes.
Your brother had some abandonment issues going on. And in order to make himself feel whole, he was hurting you, but he didn't think about he was hurting you. And I apologize. And I just hope that you and your family can seek help and get the help that you need. And sometimes we have to be the bigger one and forgive. And if it's going to cause problems and stuff in our relationship, sometimes it's going to be hard. I can't tell you that. Because closure for you is going to be when you can find closure. But you got to find closure for yourself.
Yep. I find closure by staying away.
By staying away. But that's going to hurt.
I can't be around her. I can't look her in her face. I can't hear her voice. It's hard because I kept trying. Like you said, I was the one making the first step, going over there. Even though I was getting mistreated, I've tried with my mom. I have been around my brother. I have had parties and invited my mama and my brother to it. So I have tried. Every time, the more I try, the more she pushed me back from her. And it's like I got kids now, especially. I can't keep on begging my mama to act like a mother.
It's guilt. Her issue is guilt. Seeing you, listening to you, open up wounds that never healed for her. She's guilty for not protecting you. And when she see you and when she hear your voice, she thinks she hates you, but really she's disappointed within herself for failing you as a child. Don't nobody know more than her how much she failed you as a child. So just the mere thought of your face, the mere sight of the sight of you brings back the memories that she felt you as a child.
But why do I have to suffer? That's what I want to understand.
The reason you have to suffer is because she failed you as a mother. And it's easier for her to be mean to you than to accept responsibility that she failed you as a mother. She don't mean no harm. She don't mean no harm. She don't even see what she wrong at. Because she have used being mean to you as an excuse for a long time not to take responsibility where she felt short as a mother. And it's like... Go ahead.
When do it end? What about when they holding you trying to let your grown sister beat on you in her house. My mama was holding me trying to let my sister beat on me.
Your mother has hate for you because she didn't protect you. It all goes back, it all stems back that our man is real powerful. Okay? Our man is so powerful. Your mama built up a wall. And behind that wall is hate for you because she failed you. In order for her to not accept responsibility once again on what she did to you, she used those four-letter word, H-A-T-E, hate for you, to not take responsibility for not being there for you. It has absolutely nothing to do with you, the reason why she feel about you the way she feel. The reason she hate you, the reason she resent you is only because she failed you. This has nothing to do with you. It may seem like it has something to do with you. It's all about her, how she failed you. It don't make sense now, but it will later. You never did nothing as a child to make that lady hate you.
No.
She don't hate you. She hate what she allowed to happen to you. But she ain't woman enough to take responsibility where she felt short. So she be mean to you for you can just go away and she ain't got to face what she did. That's the best way I know how to put it.
It went together like a puzzle piece.
You know, all that mean stuff she said to you, forgive her. Say, Mama, I forgive you. Mama, I love you, and walk away. Because this is not you. This ain't how you feel about me. So when you start reversing that conversation and you start reversing it in a professional way, you start saying, Mama, I love you. I understand you hate me, but I know you don't hate me. Just tell her, I know you hate what you allowed to happen to me. And it's going to start making her rethink the way she's thinking. She's like, wow, how she know that? Because she really don't know why she hates you. She need counseling. She need therapy. She need to cry. She need to scream. She needs to admit that she failed you. But the only thing I wish and I pray for, and I can be real, that one of y'all don't leave this earth before y'all get it right. Because if any one of y'all leave this earth before y'all get it right, y'all gonna carry that burden on y'all for a long time. I am the infamous Miss Rhoda Young Live. Well, it's been my great pleasure to speak with you on this day.
I appreciate it.
I hope that my words I had with you be like medicine to your soul and help you heal.
It is.
If you ever need
I
me,
this.
you have it. I wish I could hug you through the phone. I wish I could just put my arms around you and tell you it's okay. You survive. It's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to pull your panties up. It's okay to go to school and learn. It's okay to have your kids and raise your daughters to be great. It's okay to love your husband. It's okay to love your mother. It's okay to cry about what you've been through. I wish I could hug you right now, but I can't. Until we meet again, I am Rhoda Young Live. You have my phone number. If you ever need someone to call, if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm just a phone call away. Thank you. Is there anything else you would like to say to Facebook before we go?
Just thank y'all for listening, and I thank you for the advice because I needed it.
Perfect timing and perfect peace. May peace be with you. May God continue to cover you, be a hedge around your life and also your family. Keep you, mind, body, and soul. Until we meet again, I'm Rhoda Young. Rhoda Young Live. Rhoda Young Live. Rhoda Young Live. God bless you.
Bless you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you guys for tuning in, Facebook. Like I said, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a counselor. I'm none of the above. I'm a rape victim as well. My goal is to comfort those who are in need to the best way I know how. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here for you. If you need somewhere where you can just voice what's going on in your life, I'm here for you. Contact me at rhodayoungtv@gmail.com. Once again, contact me at rhodayoungtv@gmail.com. Perfectly made in Jesus' eyes. Not mine and not yours. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Watch your daughters that the Lord has made. Watch your sons. We shall rejoice. We shall rejoice. Talk to your kids. And be glad in him. And be glad in him. The one that say, not my child. This is the day that the Lord has made. It may just be yours. We shall rejoice and be glad in him. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Y'all looking around the corner for the boogeyman. You're watching your neighbors for the boogeyman. You're looking at the school official for the boogeyman. When the boogeyman might reside right underneath your roof. It could be your son. It could be your daughter. It could be your boyfriend, your father, your kid's father, your kid's grandmama, or your friend raping and molesting your child. They're not going to come to you. You have to go to them. And when you go to them, make them feel comfortable. You cannot get a child to open up to you if all they heard from you is God D, MF, stupid. You can't talk like that to your kids and expect for them to talk to you. My door is wide open if you need me. I told my kids, if anyone touch you, come to me. No one, and I mean no one, touches your private parts. Not your sister, not your brother, not my boyfriend, not your father, not no one. That belongs to me. If anybody touch you down there, you let me know. And I'll take it from there. I'm Rodeo. Rodeo Live. Protect our kids out here. And the ones that say, not mine. Go ask one of them and see. Stop being afraid of the answer. Don't let your child turn out to be like her. 40 years, 30 years later, you didn't protect me. You knew what was going on, but you didn't want to know the truth. Little girls, well built, nice bodies. Watch your man's eyes. When she walked past, do his eyes follow her butt down the hallway? Have you caught your man looking at your child the wrong way and you turned the other cheek? Then you just as guilty as he is. Because if he watching her butt, he might be smelling her drawers when y'all leave the house. Is your daughter out of order? Welcoming grown men to look at her. About you allowing your daughter, because she got a nice shape, to walk around your house with booty shorts on. Not dressed appropriate in your household. Teach your girls how to conduct themselves as a young lady. If it's men's in the house, you must dress accordingly. Don't set yourself up to be raped. This ain't the beach. Get dressed. Put some clothes on. Stop it now. Summertime about to come. Doesn't give them a right to start exposing their body. Especially inside of your household. Your man must respect your child. And your child must respect your man. And dress accordingly. Until we meet again. I'm Rodeo Live.